Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay, cool. Bismillah. Right, we'll wait for some people to join, inshallah, and yeah, and then we'll get going. Yeah, for those of you who are watching this now, have a look in the description, inshallah. I'll leave a timestamp for when we actually start talking about useful stuff so that you can skip past me on my own, waiting for people to join and talking to myself. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, guys. Those of you who have just joined me, Assalamu alaikum. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me okay. Assalamu alaikum. 1, 2, 3, 5. Those of you who have joined us, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to this little live. Hope you guys are doing well today. Give me a thumbs up. I can't see any chat, actually. Maybe I need to click on it. Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys today? Give me a thumbs up to let me know you can hear me. 8 of you here. Thanks for joining me today. We've just got a few updates in this video. Okay, seems like you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. I assume you can hear me, as that's a wa alaykum assalam. Cool. Okay, inshallah. Maybe we'll just get straight into it then. Cool. Well, maybe we'll see if we can get a few more people here before we start. We'll give the timer until 2 minutes and then we'll start. So just wait 20 seconds, inshallah, and then I'll start. Assalamu alaikum, everybody who's just joining us now. Thanks very much for coming. So what we'll do is I've got 3 things to talk to you guys about. They're all kind of sort of all around SomaliLanguage.com, but we're going to talk more specifically about Yemen and about a Yemen appeal that we're doing at the end. Yeah, but those are the main things. It won't take long. This video won't be long. Yeah, but that's what we'll start talking about, inshallah. شكرا جزيلا. بارك الله لأهل الصومال. كيف حالكم? Greetings from Kenya, East Africa. I know where Kenya is, yeah, I know where Kenya is. But yeah, greetings returned. May Allah bless you guys, holding it down in Geeska Africa. Cool, okay, so let's get into it, inshallah. I know probably more people will watch this afterwards, but I'm going to put a timestamp at 3 minutes, because we're at 3 minutes now, and now is when we're going to start the main video. So there's a few things to sort of update you guys on. Number 1, I want to give a huge shout out to our brother Khalid from Kenya, who's recently contributed a new resource to SomaliLanguage.com. For those of you who don't know what SomaliLanguage.com is, it's a website and a kind of a membership area that I've built for us to kind of have a centralized place for students to learn the Somali language. So it's kind of like a Netflix for learning Somali, right? Like it's a place where other content creators can contribute and we can kind of have just a big library of all of the best resources in the world for people to learn Somali. So a brother called Khalid recently contributed something, and I just want to thank him for that. So what he contributed was an ebook, which I've named 145 day-to-day conversation phrases in Somali. So yeah, so it's there's a lot in there. You know, you can probably learn, I don't know, 600 words from it. But and 45 phrases will take you pretty far. Like if you were to learn all those phrases, like, you know, quite a lot of Somali in there. They're very useful day-to-day phrases, not only for people who speak Somali at home, but for people who are planning to travel to Somalia as well. So, so that's a really cool resource, and that's in there as well. It is in there with some others. All of these Somali on Lockdown bundles are all in there as well, as is a 3-part ebook series that I wrote on Somali grammar, Somali history, and Somali conversation. I think are the 3 parts to that. And there's 2 more resources that I'm building. One of them's called my first 1,000 Somali words. I've actually got my materials for it right there that I'm doing, but it's 1,000 words is a lot of words. I didn't anticipate it being this difficult, but it's pretty labor intensive. And then there's another resource that I'm adding soon called Blackboard Somali Verbs, which is kind of a whiteboard animated video course that I've put together just to teach how to conjugate verbs in the Somali language. So there's already quite a lot of stuff in there, and you guys can join today. Yeah, £5 a month, so it's spare change really. If you're not happy with it, you can do a 1 second. Yeah, and there's a 30-day money back guarantee as well if you're not happy with it, and what else? And you cancel any time as well. So I mean, if you spend a fiver on it and then 29 days later you email me and say, Sam, I want my money back, then you can have your money back. It's no biggie. Cool. So that was the first thing, just about somalilanguage.com, and just to update you guys that a new resource has been added as well. We'll continue to add new resources, hopefully sort of every week or so, just whilst we're building the library out. But another thing is, if any of you guys want to create Somali language resources for us, then a lot of the reason why I charge for it is so I can pay you, because I think it's important to pay people who are contributing to the Somali language. Our sister Emel has commented, how can we get your resources? Go to somalilanguage.com. Somalilanguage.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description. If when you just type that domain name it doesn't work, go to my Instagram, at Sam of Somalia, and use the link in my Instagram bio. That's usually the best way to do it. Cool. So yeah, so if any of you guys want to create anything for somalilanguage.com, then I'll buy them off of you. So if you want to create a little video course, if you want to create, an audiobook, if you want to create an ebook or whatever that can help people learn the Somali language, then please write to me, Sam at samofsomalia.com, and let me know, and we'll have a conversation about it. Because obviously I need to I can't have 50 people write the same ebook. Do you know what I mean? So send me your idea, and we'll have a conversation about it, inshallah, and I'll do my very best to pay you something for it as well. Because as I say, it's important to support people who are doing their bit and contributing. So yeah, so that's an update on somalilanguage.com, new resource. Just an update to let you guys know about how you guys can get involved and how you guys can help, whether you want to be a student or you want to be a contributor, then both of those are available. And then I want to move on to talking about Yemen, inshallah. So yeah, I want to kind of give a little bit of a reminder about charity in general, because us living here in the West, we hear a lot about people suffering in other countries, right? And especially like if you're a Muslim living in the West, you probably hear about it every time you went to the masjid. Do you know what I mean? And now you can't really watch a YouTube video without seeing an ad for something. And sometimes we can just get numb. Do you know what I mean? Like we can just become numb to it. And so I wanted to kind of just throw a different perspective in there on it, that it can kind of galvanize us a little bit and kind of revive a new perspective on it, and make us more generous, inshallah. So obviously I went and taught in Uganda for a little while, and we did like charity distributions and stuff. We went and handed out medical supplies and food and clothing and stuff like that. And I want to tell you how it works, right? I want to tell you how it works. You can kind of put into perspective how valuable and how important it is what you donate, inshallah. So what happens is, if you're doing one in public, you turn up with all of your supplies, and people come and they're usually crowded around you because they're desperate, right? So what you spend a lot of time doing is organising people so that they'll be in an orderly manner, so be in a queue and stuff. And here's what happens. People come and you hand out supplies to people. You hand out supplies to people as they go, right? And then it comes to the end and you run out. And you have to look at a mother with children. You have to look at an elderly man. You have to look at an orphan child. You have to say, sorry. You have to look at them. You have to say, sorry. One more person did not contribute. One more person didn't give £5 that you could eat today. One more person didn't do that, right? And I promise you, if you got to saw that individual, that individual who you were feeding, it would change everything for you, right? So when you're thinking about giving in sadaqah, when you're thinking about sending money to Yemen, when you're thinking about contributing something, don't think about whether you're changing the entire situation. Like quite often, shaitan comes to us here in the West and is like, yeah, it doesn't make a difference anyway. And charity doesn't make a difference anyway, But we're not claiming that your £5 will change the whole situation, but your £5 will save someone's life. Do you know what I mean? You're like, when you think about that one individual who, without you, they have to look at that little girl, they have to look at that mother with children, they have to look at that elderly person and say, sorry, Ahmed from Birmingham didn't give £10. Sorry, Sumaya from Ilford didn't give £5. You've got to think about that individual who that individual who isn't getting fed because you held back your money. You just think about it changing the life of that one individual, because and obviously we know the rewards Islamically, right, for us giving in sadaqah as well. Like it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who changes the situation anyway of the people. It's not our pounds and our pennies that really changes the affairs of the people, but it does feed people. Just, you know what I mean? When you think about it as like the one individual who would be turned away without your help. So when this video finishes, inshallah, I'm going to put a link to the Human Appeal in there. Human Appeal is just a charity that I've worked with before, and I trust them, and I know the money goes to the right place. So Human Appeal are doing an emergency appeal at the moment for Yemen, and so you can just go to the website, just go to Human Appeal if you want. But after this video, I'll put the link in the description, specifically for giving to Yemen. Okay, so really, we should give anyway, right? Really, we should just be of an inclination that we hear that that a Muslim brother or sister is suffering and we should give. That should be our inclination anyway. But lots of us have our own difficulties, perhaps. Lots of us aren't motivated enough by that, and it's sad that that is the case, but it is the case, right? That is a reality. So there's myself and there's a few other people who I know of, I'll tell you about them, who in their businesses, they're giving a percentage of their money. They're giving a percentage of their money to Yemen, and I'm doing this as well at somalilanguage.com. So what I've decided is that 25% of all the fees that we take over the next 2 weeks at least will go to Yemen. Okay, so like if you join for £5 a month, 25% of that will go directly to Yemen. Okay, or even if you joined last month, when your membership renews this month, all of that fee, 25% of it will go to Yemen, right? So 25% of all fees that we take will send straight to Yemen, okay, through Human Appeal. Ameen. So may Allah make us charitable people. Ameen. Ameen. Yeah. So even if I don't know, even if for some reason you're not in a position to just give sadaqah for nothing in return, if you're in a position to give sadaqah for a little something in return, then there are other options for you, inshallah. So if you're ever thinking of joining somalilanguage.com, because there are other plans as well. Obviously, yearly is £50 a year. Obviously, if you pay £50 a year, a larger percentage of that can go to Yemen. Obviously, well, not a larger percentage, a larger amount, because 25% of 50 is obviously 10 times as much as, 25% of £5, obviously. And then there's also a lifetime plan as well, which is £250. So if you wanted to get access to the library for life, you could pay £250, and 25% of that, so £50, right, will be sent straight to Yemen, right? So not only are you getting what you are thinking about buying anyway, but you're also getting 25% of that going in sadaqah as well. So that's something that we're doing at somalilanguage.com. As soon as you go over to somalilanguage.com, you'll see a little banner that we've put up, just making it clear that we're giving 25% of all fees. That's not even all profit, right? Because there are expenses as well. I'm taking those things on myself, right? It's all of the fee that's going, because usually companies will say 25% of the profit after they've paid everyone. But that's not the case with what we're doing, right? Like literally the money that comes out of your pocket, 25% of it is going to Yemen, right? It's no like after fees or, or profit or after whatever, right? It's all going to Yemen. So that's something that I'm doing. There's a brother as well on TikTok who's selling t-shirts. I'll put a link to his Instagram, but his name's Scotty Lum. Brother on TikTok, I've seen him recently, and he's also on Instagram as well. You'd find him. He's a revert brother. I think he's from Essex, and he's selling t-shirts as well. And I've bought one as well. And he's selling t-shirts, and with him, 100% of the profits are going to Yemen, right? 100% of the profits are going to Yemen. So for him, it would be like a third. I think it's £15 for the t-shirts, and £5 of that is going to Yemen. But that is 100% of the profit, right? Awesome. So those are the things that I wanted to talk about. So maybe we will see if anyone has any questions, inshallah. I'll stick around for another couple of minutes and stay on topic. You're confusing me now. Look, I said in the title that we've got 3 different topics to get through. Come on, man, you snooze, you lose. We've got to keep up. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. All of you guys who give me salam, may Allah bless you guys. If you have any questions, drop them in. If you have any questions at all, inshallah, drop them in. I'll have a look. I'll see if I've missed anything. No, I think that's everything. So for at least the next 2 weeks, we're going to do this. We're going to give 25% of all of the fees that come in from somalilanguage.com to Yemen. Yeah, over the next 2 weeks at least. My plan is to do it for a month, but just because I don't want to guarantee that yet. Like if I say that, then Allah is going to hold me accountable to that, and I don't want to say it for sure. But like it's my plan, just in and of myself. I don't want to promise it to the community yet, because as I said, I don't know what my situation will be. But over the next 2 weeks, we'll be giving 25% of all of the fees to Yemen. over the next 2 weeks at least. So from today, 21st of June, until the 5th of July. That's what we'll be doing, inshallah. Yeah, and then hopefully, like, you keep an eye on the website, inshallah, but hopefully after that we'll continue to do it. But yeah. Cool. Alright. Maybe we stick around for just a minute, if anyone has any questions. But there's not so many of you left anymore. But if any of you guys watch this afterwards and you have any questions about anything, just stick it in the comments, inshallah. Or you can message me. DM me on Instagram is a good way to get in touch. Yeah, at Sam of Somalia. Oh, actually, for those of you guys who are still here, you guys are the real ones. I should do a little announcement about my new show that's starting tomorrow, the Burr Grinder show. So search the Burr Grinder, the as in T-H-E, Burr as in my surname, Burr, B-U-R-R, and then Grinder, G-R-U, Grinder, G-R-I-N-D-E-R, Grinder, obviously the Burr Grinder. Just had a question there. Brother, will you be making regular Somali videos again? Inshallah, in the next week or maybe 2 weeks, we'll start doing a weekly video. We'll start doing videos on a weekly basis. So I put a little like a little poll out on the community here on the Sam of Somalia channel to see what kind of videos you actually want to watch. Yeah, and I'll kind of take that information and we'll do something every week. I don't want to promise more than that. There have been times on this channel when I've done videos every day, but at the moment I can't really do that. Like the Burr Grinder show that I'm launching tomorrow, that's a 1 hour show every day, right? So it's going to be really difficult for me to keep that up, as well as do multiple videos a week on here. But I am planning on doing 1 video a week here on the Sam of Somalia channel, 1 video a week on the Arabic with Sam channel, and then doing my daily show, doing my daily Burr Grinder show. So yeah, so at the moment, because we haven't launched the show yet, it's coming out tomorrow, our first episode, I'm only active with the name The Burr Grinder on Instagram, at The Burr Grinder, and on TikTok as well, at The Burr Grinder as well. There's kind of something a little bit, like the brand itself is just a lot more personal, like all of the Sam of Somalia stuff is pretty much all about Somali, right? And all of the Arabic with Sam stuff is pretty much all about Arabic. But the Burr Grinder stuff is more kind of personal Muslim community type issues, talking about culture, language learning, business, all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, just to let you guys know about that. Okay. So the answer to that question is yes. But I'm not sure if it'll be this coming week or the week after. We'll be doing, weekly, consistent Somali language videos. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Let's end it there, inshallah. We don't need to long it out too much. We'll let you get on with your day, inshallah. So that's it. All right, assalamu alaikum, guys.